What's up, guys? Dustin with NCbassTV back at it again with another video, and I'm gonna go right into it. Something that's coming up where I live. You might have already passed it, or it might not be your time for this particular style of fishing. But that being said, it's coming. A lot of the southern states, and like North Carolina, where I'm at, South Carolina, places like that, even Texas, stuff. We're getting to that point. I know up north you're not there yet, but it's getting there. The bed season. I'm talking about spawn, pre-spawn. Sight fishing those big fish on the bed, and basically what this video is going to be my, I want to say top 5 baits, but I'm going to have some baits that I might throw in there just to mention. But my top 5 right off the top of my head are and this is no order, this is just the 5 baits. If I had to pick, I'm going to throw on a bait. That being the number 1 from my list would probably be a Senko. I'll throw a creature bait, crawl style baits, a grub like either a Rage Menace grub style by Strike King, or a grub like a Fat Albert by Zoom. Number 5 would be a bluegill glide bait or swim bait, jointed swim bait, something like that. So that's my top 5. There is some honorable mentions that I have laid out right here, and I'm not brand specific. I'm not saying you have to throw this brand or this brand. I'm saying you have to. I'm not even saying you have to throw what I throw. You could throw a piece of plastic with a hook on it. I don't know, anything like that. But these are what I throw, what I'm confident in the time that I've spent bed fishing in the past. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the most simple probably, and that being the Senko, the stick bait. I'd say, guys, for the stick bait, for all of my lures, honestly, 9 times out of 10, I'll be throwing a natural color, a green pumpkin, something like that, something super natural. I'm not going to go with neons 9 times out of 10. Now, there is that 1 out of 10 times that I will. But a lot of times if I have this, you can see just like this regular old Senko, this regular old stick bait here, green pumpkin, or this one right here is a green pumpkin seed right here. Alright, that being said, guys, 9 times out of 10 I'm throwing this. Alright, if I want to change the presentation up a little bit, or I can't see it that well, and this is all depending on water clarity as well, so keep that in mind. But if I just want to be able to see this bait a little bit better, see if it's how the fish is reacting, if it's eating the whole thing, or if it's just grabbing like the tail and taking it off the bed or something like that. Because 9 times out of 10, that fish is not going to be trying to eat your bait that you're throwing. A lot of the time, guys, that bass just wants whatever this is stick bait, creature bait, grub, whatever. It just wants that bait off of its bed. So that being said, you need to be able to see when that fish, because if you got this Texas rig, you don't want your hook stops here. You don't want this fish to be grabbing here, and you try to set the hook on that fish, and you're not going to catch the fish. Obviously, you might spook it and lose that chance to catch that fish. So that's my number 1, is just the old Senko. Alright, guys, I'll move on to what I think is probably the second most simple, and that is either just a Rage Menace in a white color for visibility. I have a natural color right here. This is just a Rage Menace. I usually use these for like swim jig trailers, chatterbait trailers, stuff like that. I also have a Fat Albert, the highlighter, like a chartreuse green or yellow, whichever you want to call it, by Zoom. Just super simple baits. I can see these baits really well, and they don't really typically get short striked. A bass, if you got a real long bait, that bass might grab those pinchers or whatever and move it out of the way, and you don't want that. You're gonna miss a lot of fish like that. So with these, there's not a whole lot for them to grab to where you're going to miss these fish by them grabbing the tail. Now there is a tail on this, but it is like a U-shaped tail, so it's got a better chance of getting the hook rather than if you're throwing a bigger creature bait, which I'll show some of those here in a second. A bigger creature bait, or say a lizard or something. So that being said, that's number 2, a grub style, Rage Menace style, smaller profile lure as well. Alright, guys, moving into my number 3. Again, no particular order, I'm just naming the 5 that I use. And this will be a crawl style bait. You guys know what these are. This is the Rage Tail, their crawl imitator. I can't think of the name right off the top of my head, but it's their crawl. The Rage Tail style. I keep a Biz bait with me. A lot of times I'll keep a Christie Crawl by Yum. Again, guys, it doesn't matter what brand you have, just a crawl style bait. Most of these crawl style baits are the same anyways. But that being said, guys, as you can see, you may have a little bit more for that fish to grab and move off the bed than if you do with one of them Rage Menaces or something like that. So one good tip would be to bite down a little bit, lower the profile if you're getting short strikes and stuff like that, or just go to a smaller bait with more hook and less with less arms and stuff like that. So that being said, that's number 3, guys. And again, I'm sticking with natural colors. Let me show you guys something. If I want to switch it up and make it a little bit brighter, and maybe try to piss the fish off a little bit more, I'll show you what I'm going to use. All right, guys, I keep this with me all the time. This is the Spike It garlic dip, highlighter yellow or chartreuse, whatever you want to call it. I'll dip the arms in that, and that'll typically do all that I needed to do before I have to switch to something super bright. And again, a lot of it depends on water clarity. If the water's really dirty and I just want to be able to see that lure disappear and know that that fish has got it, that's when I'll switch to some of these other colors like I'm going to show you here in a minute. That's when I'll switch to that chartreuse grub that I just showed you guys as well. So, the third bait, crawl style bait. It doesn't matter what brand, I'm just throwing a crawl a lot of the time. So that's the third one. Alright guys, now on to the fourth style. What I got here is a handful of different lures that I will be throwing this year. I got a couple of natural colors, and I got this one crazy color that I'm going to go to if need be. So what I got here is the Structure Bug by Rage Tail. I like these guys a lot. Natural color, that's like a Bama bug color almost. I have a Guggen Baits, the Bandito bug. That's an Alabama crawl, I want to say. And this will be thrown a lot. Again, more natural colors. I'm not getting crazy with it. This is more natural colors. And probably my favorite creature bait out right now that I'm going to be throwing a lot on the bed, and that's Missile Baits D-Bomb. I love these baits. They're super soft. Fish really hold on to these really soft baits with those grooves in the side of the bait as well. So that's 3 of them right there that I'm going to be throwing. And this is where I actually just came across this bait today. And I don't really throw a lot of bright baits, but this year I will be throwing this bait on the bed a lot. And this is hand poured by the guys over at Iron Mountain Tackle. I've talked about them in previous videos. They're a proud partner of this channel. They've been helping me out a lot. And I'm definitely going to be throwing the piss out of this lure here. And hopefully we'll be catching some big fish on this this Cheeto crawl or Cheeto creature bait, whatever you want to call it. But guys, look how bright that thing is. Again, the fourth style of bait, guys, is the creature bait. Whether it doesn't matter what style it is, or it doesn't matter what brand it is, rather, it's just creature baits are my number 4. Alright guys, number 5 on my list is going to be a glide bait or a jointed swim bait, a decent size. I believe this is like a 4.5 inch. This is actually by H2O Express. I love what they do. I love their lures. Super affordable. VMC hooks on H2O Express's products. It's a great looking swim bait for a very affordable price. I think it's like I think that swim bait is like $5, so it's a very affordable. I'll throw that on beds as well. It catches a lot of fish, caught me a lot of fish last year and the year before that. So that being said, guys, that's my 5 for this year. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. This could change at any point, but that's my staple for bed fishing. That's what I want to have in the bag. I won't bring anything else if I'm bed fishing. Just what I just showed you. That's it. Nothing else. And again, I could really simplify that down to like 2 or 3 lures, but that's my top 5. Alright, I have some honorable mentions that I want to bring up as well. And it's really just one that I know I'm going to get beat up on because I don't use it. It's really the main one I'm going to get beat up on is going to be the lizard. I don't throw the lizard enough. That's why I bought a bag of these, and I'm going to focus on throwing these a lot more this year. This is just the a Zoom lizard, a little 6-inch I believe, and pumpkin seed right there. So this will be thrown a lot more, and I've seen people catch giants off the bed on these lizards. The other honorable mention that I've just recently learned about and saw people using on the bed is a really small swim bait. This right here is a Kitech. It's a real small shiner color almost, and I'm going to be throwing this a little bit more. I'm going to be experimenting a lot for you guys and really trying to get in depth with this bed fishing because it's really right around the corner. I mean, it's coming like in like maybe 2 days from now. I'm going to be going to the ponds and I should find fish on beds. And this weekend I'm going to a local lake, and I'll keep that a secret for now because it's actually really popular right now. And when I get there, I'll show you guys. So that being said, there's a few lures that you can throw on the bed, and I guarantee you, if you're throwing at least one of these baits, you are going to catch bedfish, guaranteed. Alright guys, one thing that's often not really talked about and I want to focus on for bed fishing is these right here. Not this particular brand of glasses, but polarized sunglasses. I have them 24/7. First of all, to protect my eyes from any hook sets that go array and come into my face, or a fish popping off of the bank and me avoiding getting a hook into my eyes. Shatterproof is preferred. These are shatterproof, but mostly because when you put these glasses on, guys, it cuts. I mean, it cuts through the water. You can see that bass on that bed 10 times better. I'm telling you, from last year when I would forget my glasses, and then when I had my glasses, it's a world of difference, guys. Go buy polarized glasses if you don't already have them. Go get some polarized glasses. Seriously. I want to make a point to tell you guys again. I'm not focused on any brand. You don't have to get all the brands that I have. You don't have to have those brands. But those style of baits will catch you fish, and it will catch you big fish. And one thing I want you guys to know, if you have not bed fished, a lot of times that fish is not trying to necessarily eat your lure. You're pissing that fish off, and it's trying to get that out of there and get rid of it. So one thing when you're doing your bed fishing, you want to make sure that you see that fish. As soon as that fish swallows the bait, or it gets in far enough for you to set the hook, you need to set the hook, because it's about to spit it back out off of his bed. And if you'll see plenty of times when you're going bed fishing, if you haven't been before, or maybe you have been before and you already know this, those fish are very, very finicky. You need to stay back off of them. Don't wear real bright clothes. You can kind of get away with white because it may blend in with the sky, but you don't want to be walking around. You don't want to walk around with a shirt this color or a shirt this color. You want to be kind of blended in, a black shirt, a green shirt, a blue shirt that's not like highlighter blue, but sky blue or something like that. You don't want to be sticking out like a sore thumb. You don't want to look like these lures outside of the water, because you're going to spook the fish off. So be calm, be quiet, stay back off of those fish, and go catch some giant fish. I hope you guys can use the information that I've given you in this video. I love bed fishing. I'm super excited. I've been waiting to go through these crazy lures like this. But I've been super stoked, and it's finally here in the next couple days. Hopefully I'm going to have you guys some fire videos. I'm super excited. You guys stay tuned. Thanks so much for checking out today's video. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell notification next to the subscribe button. That lets you know every time that I put up a video. Helps out the channel a lot. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button. God bless you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.